Okay. Spit on that thing.
You gotta.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spit on that thing.
Ready?
Mm-hmm. Welcome back to the Eating Good podcast. I had something stuck in my throat.
Redo.
Welcome back to the Eating Good podcast, the podcast where we try different food establishments in the Columbus area. I'm Oscar.
I'm Sam.
I'm Marisol.
I'm David.
This week, David has returned.
Finally.
And this week, David got to choose where we got to eat.
It's my do everything week. I played the intro actually live. Anyways, this week I took us to Little West Tavern Poutine Window. So this is connected to a hotel in the downtown area called the Junto. Little West Poutine Window offers a classic treat from our neighbors to the north through a walk-up window. Behind the Junto in Little West Alley, indulge in a delightfully crafted poutine menu and featured spirit concoctions to be enjoyed on their outdoor patio. So yeah, there was rumblings of this place opening up a while ago, and I think I've talked about it on the pod. I love poutine. I've been craving poutine. And when I heard that this was opening up, they had a date set. And so around that date, I called like, oh, are you guys open? They're like, actually, we're not open yet. I was like, oh man. I called like a couple weeks later, still nothing. So they had a slow start up, but now they're open. I forgot about it. Sam reminded me last week at some point, and I was like, perfect, we're doing that. With that said, let's talk about which poutines we got.
One of them is the OG poutine. Crispy skin on French fries topped with black radish, creamery cheddar cheese curds, savory beef gravy seasoned with fresh herbs and black pepper, finished with fresh cut chives.
So this is your classic poutine.
Fries and gravy.
Fries, gravy, cheese.
Cheese curds.
What'd you guys think?
It hit the spot. It was what I was looking for. This is the one I was looking most forward to on the menu. I was happy.
You can't go wrong with potatoes and gravy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is what I think of when I think of poutine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Does poutine normally not have meat though?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
It's just gravy, cheese curds, I believe, and fries, obviously.
So overall, the first one was pretty good, and it made me excited to try the remaining spins on poutine. But let's give the first one some ratings.
I'm going to give it a 7.
Nice.
I was also thinking 7.
I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10.
I'm going to give it an 8.5.
Ooh.
I really was craving poutine, and this hit the spot. This is what I needed, and I'm glad we got 2 of them. Ooh, because I definitely had a good chunk of them.
This is the most comparable one to the poutine we've previously tried on the pod from Zaftig. I still think Zaftig has this one beat because that one had shredded beef on it. So good. Unfortunately, Zaftig is closed. I cry.
I have to agree with you. I like the Zaftig poutine better.
For sure. Not a traditional poutine because it had meat on it, but I would agree. That's why I gave this one an 8.5 because it hit the spot. I was happy. If I'm in the neighborhood, I'll probably go back and get this one. But God, rest in peace, Zaftig, because that one was so good.
So good.
Yeah. And even if it's a little not traditional because it has meat in it, it's okay because we're not in Canada.
Yes, and it was tastier. It was
way
undeniably tastier.
And that's how we established Ohio was better than Canada at poutine.
Because we're meat eaters.
Because
Let's
we'll
go.
put meat on it. But this window decided to stay tried and true to Canada.
OG. OC. Original Canada.
Let's move on to the next one. So we also got their Out West poutine, which included crispy skin on French fries, topped with chorizo, gravy, Mexican-inspired street corn salsa, Oaxaca, Chihuahua, and cotija cheeses. So a little Mexican Tex-Mex style poutine. I thought it was cool that they had kind of different varieties of poutine and not just the classic take.
Yeah, this one really surprised me at just how similar it is to like a Tex-Mex meal or whatever.
The chorizo was good. Like it tasted like authentic chorizo.
Yeah.
It's funny. I didn't read the descriptions. I didn't do my homework. I see now the chorizo gravy. So it's like the gravy with bits and pieces of chorizo.
Mm-hmm.
I was out here looking for like cheese curd sized pieces of chorizo. And when I didn't find them, I was like, But I did have the taste of it with each bite.
I was going to say, it very much tasted like chorizo.
I was just looking for the chunks. But they weren't there because they're in the gravy.
I liked how with all the poutines, there was just a bottom layer of liquid. So if you grabbed the fry that didn't have enough flavor, you could just kind of swirl it around at the bottom.
Yeah, there was no uncovered fries necessarily because there was excess gravy, as you would say, in all of these.
Yeah.
So that was good.
I definitely think in poutine is the okay time to have like soggy, wet French fries.
For sure.
Agreed, yeah.
The soggier, the better.
Because you have a fork and you're like not worried about your fingies at all.
They absorb so much flavor.
Yeah, which is a good point because most other times if I have soggy fries,
I'm
it's a
like,
bad thing.
A bad rating,
But this is a good thing.
I dropped my fries in the pool.
Bad thing.
Very bad.
What do we rate this?
Yeah, I'm curious to see your guys' ratings compared to the OG poutine.
I'm going to give it an 8.
Ooh, slightly better.
I'll give it a 7.
Slightly worse.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving it a 6.9.
Dang.
Ooh.
0.1 worse.
Nice.
Yep.
I'm actually also giving this one a 7.
Ooh, 7's across the board for you so far.
I think both of them, as I was eating them, thinking about my ratings, I was like, they're interchangeable to me. Like, they're both good. 7.
I would say I did appreciate the little Tex-Mex twist and all the cheeses. It's cool. I'm looking at the menu now. Each one has different cheeses. And so you think poutine, it's all going to have cheese curds, but no, there's like the Oaxaca and cotija.
Yeah.
It was a nice blend.
For our third poutine, we got their buffalo chicken poutine, which had crispy skin-on French fries topped with shredded buffalo chicken, creamy blue cheese, bechamel, tangy pickled celery, and fresh chives.
I kind of liked it.
I really liked it.
I like the sriracha. It's sriracha, right? What is it? Buffalo
was it
sauce?
sriracha? I thought it was
No, it's
buffalo,
probably buffalo
sauce.
sauce.
Okay,
Buffalo.
like the vinaigrette like sauce, whatever.
Yes, buffalo.
I really enjoyed it. I feel like it wasn't like, I don't think it was spicy at all, but it was just a different type of taste. I would have to say this was, I don't know if I would say it's my favorite one out of all the 3.
I liked how it had a good amount of chicken, like shredded meat,
Yeah.
versus the others didn't have as much meat.
Yeah, you could make out the chicken chunks.
Yeah. It was also super saucy.
And the pickled celery added a crunch. I was
Yeah.
wondering what that was because I didn't read the menu. But seeing it now, I like that.
I knew it had celery and I didn't think I was going to like that, but I actually did. And I will go ahead and say this was my favorite one. It was really good. I like buffalo sauce in general, and I think this was a good buffalo sauce. It did have a nice vinegary taste to it, which is kind of how I like it, I guess. It wasn't too spicy. I was sad that this is the only one we got one of.
True.
Me too.
In my head at the table, I was like, we should have got 2 buffaloes.
Yes, and it was the lady that I ordered from. She led me astray because I asked her which one was her favorite between like the Tex-Mex and the buffalo chicken, and she said the Tex-Mex. So that's the only reason I got 2 of those. But I would have definitely rather had 2 of the buffalo chicken instead.
Maybe she was like, I always have this idea with restaurants of like, oh, we're going to have a lot of out west left over. Offer that one.
I don't think that's what they do.
No, she seemed like she was a big fan of that one.
Yeah. I really liked it. I'm going to rate this one an 8.5 out of 10.
Nice.
I would second that.
I give it an 8. Still like the OG above it, but ooh-wee, this buffalo chicken hit.
I'm giving it a 6.8. This one was my least favorite one.
Whoa, I was not expecting that.
Yeah, but
Dang.
also they're all super close.
Yeah, I feel like they're all very comparable. Like, I don't think one is necessarily better than the others. It's just more of a preference.
Yes.
And you like did it so you can rank them
Yeah.
specifically. Yeah.
Like, I like the OG the best, then the out west, and then the buffalo chicken.
It reminded me of buffalo chicken dip.
Yes,
Yeah.
which I love. The buffalo chicken dip.
With fries.
See, I kind of didn't like the fries with the buffalo chicken dip. I was like, just give me a bowl of buffalo chicken dip.
Nah, the fries were a good vessel.
Yeah.
I liked it. I would definitely go back just to get the buffalo chicken dip poutine.
If you could make your own poutine, your style, what would you put in it?
David's going OG.
OG. Oscar's making pork.
I think I was gonna say I'd probably put brisket on it.
Ooh, what
Mhm.
about what's it called? The type of taco. Birria?
Ooh,
Birria.
that would be really tasty. Oh, with consomme gravy.
Mm-hmm.
Chamoy.
What if you get a pizza poutine? It's like mozzarella and
Marinara.
yeah, marinara is the gravy.
Meatballs
Ooh.
and marinara.
Meatballs.
Actually, that sounds pretty bad.
Or like a chicken parm one would be good because their chicken was good. Oh
Damn.
man, poutine. It's a
I
great.
was saying that as a joke, but it actually kind of sounds
Yeah,
good.
I
It's a
was
great
gonna say,
canvas.
That sounds delicious.
We open a shop right across in the lawn. Like try ours.
Competing. Unfortunately, we did not get to try their funnel cake poutine. They do have a dessert poutine with crispy funnel cake fries topped with white chocolate, cream
Ooh.
cheese, drizzle, caramel sauce, cinnamon, and sugar. That sounds like it would have been bussin', but
Yeah.
unfortunately, they did not have it today.
What I found really interesting about this place is it's meant to be like something you can just kind of pick up and maybe walk around and eat with it.
Mm-hmm.
There's not really much around that area, at least not all the time.
Not yet, I would say.
Yeah, it seems like that little area is probably hopefully in development.
Yeah, that area is on the up and up. It's been under
Yeah.
construction for a while.
Hmm.
A lot of those buildings are brand new and more is expected to go in there. So I think it will be a good idea when there's more stuff around.
Yeah, they're
but
ahead of the game.
as of right now, it's pretty dead. But they also had a bunch of roads closed today. So
Yeah, that and on the About Me, I didn't read all of it, but part of the thing is they have like long games and stuff. So I think they're planning to make it like a social where you can probably go to the bar in the
Mhm.
hotel, go get poutine, play long games.
Yeah, once it's more developed, I could see it being a popular spot.
Hmm.
oh, I was going to say, I did like that all of the styles were very different from each other.
Mhm.
Like they all had completely different flavors. So it kind of was hard to compare them because it is just up to the preference of what you're feeling that day. All of them
Mhm.
are good in their own right and just taste entirely different.
Right. The only
Yeah.
things the same was the fries.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think you would like the fries if they didn't have any gravy?
I don't know. I
It's hard
looked
to
at. They brought a big bowl of fresh fries, and they looked so crispy and so
Mm.
delicious.
They were long. Some of them fries were
Yeah.
long.
Oh
as heck.
yeah.
I would say yes because I saw them when they just brought them out.
Yeah, I think if they were like fresh, probably. But if they just sat and got a little soggy, then I don't think they'd be that good because they were kind of thicker cut fries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd be interested to try them just plain when they're fresh. Because if they're crispy, they'd be really good fries.
Mm-hmm.
I love me some French fries.
Cool. Well, that wraps up the poutine portion of this episode. But I think we actually have a couple food things that me and Oscar wanted to bring up.
Mm-hmm.
So last week we went to Nola Seafood, and Oscar and I actually went a second time already.
I saw.
We did think about inviting you, David, but
I was probably busy.
well, we didn't. We were like, we don't know when he's gonna be free. We don't want to have to wait and rely on
Mm-hmm.
whatever. So we're like, let's just get it. So we went back to Nola because we wanted to try different flavors. I got their Cajun seasoning, and
Mhm.
Oscar got their butter lemon pepper.
Ooh.
That butter lemon pepper was crazy.
Good?
It was so good. Like
Ooh.
I bet.
when I was done with my plate, I went and got some bread and I was just soaking up the
Mhm.
sauce because I'm like, I can't toss this. It's so good.
Yeah, and the Cajun really good too. Not too spicy. It was a spice that kind of builds slowly.
Okay.
So there was some
Mhm.
points where I was like, but for the most part, very tolerable. Like
Mhm.
we could have definitely handled one of the spicier
Okay.
flavors when we went as a group. So I really wanted to go because after we got that garlic,
Mm-hmm.
the
Butter.
garlic butter one, I was like, we didn't pick the right flavor.
Mm.
Like it would have been much better if we just got a different one. And so me and Oscar had to try it, and we kind of have confirmed get a different flavor, and
Mhm.
it's even better.
It's good that you guys
Yeah.
tag teamed it so you could try different flavors too.
Yeah.
Did you guys bring it back here?
Yep.
Mhm.
So we ended up doing one of their like to go boxes.
Uh-huh.
So you get to pick 3 seafoods, and then it also comes with the corn and potatoes.
Mm.
So it's a pretty good deal because it's only like $15-16.
Really? That was like a good
And-
portion. from what you
Yeah,
guys
it's like
said.
a big size box. Oscar and I picked the same seafood, so we got shrimp, crawfish, and a blue crab.
Mhm.
But you could also pick mussels or clams if you wanted. Really good. Definitely can see myself going back there.
Oh yeah.
We should. And we should plan for it to be a group. because I was jealous of Sam. She cleaned up house. I was like, if I was there, I would have
she
ate 3
did.
blue crabs.
I had 3 blue crabs.
Dude, that's what I was craving the most when you sent the menu. I was like, those blue crabs look good. Because I don't think I think you guys said I don't. Yeah, this is the episode. Anyways, I don't think I've ever had a full crab as opposed to like crab legs. That were just like big crab legs.
It's hard. It's hard to eat.
Yeah.
It's a very delicate process where if you don't get it right, you're just gonna get a bunch of shell in the way.
I really wanted to eat the eyeballs. Just kidding.
Oh my god. But yeah, I think if we had got the butter lemon pepper, I would have ate until there was no more food. It was so good.
Sir, bring us some rolls.
Yeah.
We
Did
need
you
the
guys
sauce.
try each other's?
Yeah.
Which one did you like better? So I'm guessing you the lemon pepper one, Sam.
Yep.
I still liked the Cajun one.
See, that's what I
better.
would lean towards, but I wonder if you could mix them because I bet you mixed it, it'd be crazy.
Right.
good.
Mixed would probably be really good.
I love lemon pepper on my Wingstop, but I just feel like the Cajun one would make more sense.
Yeah, because the Cajun is a classic like
right,
seafood.
seafood.
I feel like you have to try the Cajun just for the classic, but if you like lemon pepper, you're gonna like the lemon pepper one. It's all good. So yeah, just happy to announce all good flavors. We should be going back, even if it's just the get to go boxes. Like I'm down to go. Nice little convenient and affordable seafood.
Yeah, that's any meal anywhere is gonna run you $15-16. So
Yeah.
that's fun.
Next update, Oscar and I went back to Chapman's, which we went on to a couple of weeks ago on a pod episode because they had their burger on the menu.
Yep.
Ooh.
So they don't always have their burger. They release it just randomly, I guess, because I follow them on Instagram and they posted for the next 2 days, the burger is back.
Dang, 2-day drop.
Yeah. And we didn't have reservations, but they do take walk-ins. So we walked in and luckily they had space.
Nice.
So we got seated right away.
That's why they didn't invite us because they wanted 2 people more likely to get a reservation.
That too. I was like, we thought about it again. Like we could have invited them, but it's walk-ins.
If we had one more person, we wouldn't have been seated.
Right.
Yeah.
I respect it. Report.
It was a solid burger.
The
Nice.
burger was bussin'.
So what is their like? Is it what's special? Because Chapman's always has a nice spin on things. Or...
It's just a classic burger. It had a
No
sesame
Wagyu?
seed bun, 2 smashed patties, cheese, onion, pickles.
The onion was like diced,
Yeah.
like big, like a McDouble onion.
right.
Ugh, I kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
No
That sounds
tomato, no lettuce. Get that garbage out of here.
Dang, straight to business.
Yeah.
Straight
I
to
like
business.
tomato and lettuce.
They had pickles, and I think was it their Chapman sauce on it?
Yeah, and they might have put their Chapman sauce on it too, which is she said like a Big Mac sauce.
Yeah. I really liked that the patties were bigger than the buns,
Ooh.
and the buns were so soft that when you bit into it, you couldn't really taste it. Like you just tasted the patty.
The bread looked beautiful when you
Yes.
sent me that picture. I think it was Sam who sent me that picture, but I'm like, all of it looked so beautiful. It almost looked like a commercial.
Yeah.
Like, you know how they make the things fake sometimes?
Yeah.
It looked like that.
It was
Beautiful,
like
like the SpongeBob training video.
a Krabby Patty.
Mhm.
No, yeah, I really appreciated how they made this burger because I felt like the focus was on the beef patties.
Yes,
Mhm.
and the beef patties were delicious.
Yeah.
Like they had a lot of flavor. My first bite, I was like, "Oh, this is a flavorful patty." And it comes with their beef fat fries, which we
Bussin'.
tried, and
Right.
they were even better than I remember.
Yeah.
Did you get
Like,
caviar?
So good. We did not add caviar, but I did try their house ranch. Really good too.
Mm.
Yeah, I was telling Sam, it reminds me of the ranch we had in Portland, where it's a little more focused on the lemon, on the vinegar side of
Ooh.
the ranch.
And it was herby. It was all good. We talked about it while we were at the restaurant of whether it's better than Club 185 or not.
Ooh.
I don't think it dethrones Club 185, but to me, it's up there.
It's worth
Mhm.
trying to make a reservation or
It's
trying to
worth-
make the
it's
trip
worth
for the
going to
burger.
try. Yeah,
Yes.
it's worth going to it.
but
Both
you
good,
can't.
different levels.
You can't
Yeah.
beat the convenience that Club 185 always has. It the price,
Yes.
Mhm.
price wise.
That's the thing. You can't beat the Club 185
Yes.
price. You can get a burger for $8. This was steep. Well, and keep in mind this price includes the fries too, which are delicious,
Mhm.
and the fries are normally $9 on their own.
Okay.
So for the fries and burger, it was $24.
My lucky number.
Ooh.
So think about it. The fries are $9, $15 burger. Not cheap.
Okay, that's like a steakhouse burger prices.
Yeah.
So it's still not like crazy out there.
Yeah, still
Okay.
definitely doable.
Mhm.
I would recommend trying it. Club 185 might still have a beat just for the price. However,
Yeah.
they don't have beat fat fries at Club 185.
True.
It's just they're both 10 out of 10, but different vibes.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're different
Mhm.
tiers, you know.
For sure.
It's crazy because they open at 5 and we got there a little after 5:30 and the bar was almost full.
Which is
Dang.
the walk-in section.
Okay.
So, well, luckily we got a high top table. And there was maybe like one or two other high top tables open, but
I think there was only one.
it was already like packed in there.
Dang. Everyone was like, as soon as they saw that Instagram post, they called
Yeah.
up like, we need that.
I think a lot of people do wait for the burger to come
I'm
back
sure.
to go.
They have like their notifications on their posts.
Well, I was
Oh,
seeing
shit.
every time they would bring food to the bar, it was just a burger.
Yep. Literally everyone in that section was eating at the burger.
They know what's up. I'm surprised. I wonder if because it's so elusive that they hold off on it because like when we do it, it's going to sell out.
Right.
Because I'm sure if they had it all the time, they would still have hella people ordering it.
That's what I was thinking. Like, they could have it on their menu all the time, but maybe they like the demand it brings. Like, maybe if they're
Mhm.
running slow, they're like, let's drop the burger. We'll get a
True.
bunch of people in.
Yeah, we need a lot of bodies. And I feel like with beef patties, you can order those quickly, get those planned for
Mhm.
the next week. And you know, some people in a party are going to order other things too.
Well, Sam was saying, like, because you have to make reservations, they probably know, oh, we're a little slow this week.
Oh, right.
Let's drop the burger.
True. Drop the burger.
Because normally you have to get a reservation to get a
Mhm.
seat. They always take walk-ins, but if you have like more than 2 people, you need a reservation
Mhm.
basically. So they probably know like we don't have reservations full right now, so let's drop the burger because people will make reservations and
True.
then people will walk in too.
So it's like the burgers, like their doorbuster, get them in the door sale type thing.
Yeah,
I like that.
just had to report back on that. Those 2 places we visited on the pod, solid. Can't wait to go again to both of them in the future.
Sam said again.
Mm-hmm. Again. That wraps up the food portion of the pod. Let's move on to
Guess That Movie.
And it's David's Do Everything week, so it's David's movie.
Damn, am I getting overtime? Okay. I really think everyone should have seen this movie. So, our main character, fresh out of school, discovers that life in their dream job isn't all it's cracked up to be. When they feel undervalued in their role, they take it upon themselves to go rogue and take on a new project. On a time crunch, they seek help from an unlikely suspect. This team is celebrated for completing the project, or so they think. After a fall from grace, our protagonist leaves their dream job, and only then do they realize something more sinister is afoot. They come up with a master plan, they being the team, execute it successfully, and in the end, justice is served.
This is definitely not the answer, but I'm going to go ahead and send it.
You'd be surprised. Let's see. No. Should I say what you said?
Yeah.
Sure.
13 going on 30.
I sent you a guess. I don't know if it's right.
It is not Big Hero 10.
I don't think I've seen this movie.
Isn't that called Big Hero 6?
No, I don't know.
He said it's a number.
It's Big Hero something.
Big Hero number.
With the big.
But I think it is Big Hero 6.
Oh, whatever.
Yes.
Close enough.
Okay.
Maybe repeat it again.
Our main character, fresh out of school, discovers that life in their dream job isn't all it's cracked up to be. When they feel undervalued in their role, they take it upon themselves to go rogue and take on a new project. On a time crunch, they seek help from an unlikely suspect. This team is celebrated for completing the project, or so they think. After a fall from grace, our protagonist leaves their dream job, and only then do they realize something more sinister is afoot. They come up with a master plan, they being the team. They execute it successfully, and in the end, justice is served. Oscar sent another guess.
If you got it right, I swear.
It is not robots.
I was about to say, I was watching that the other day.
They're not robots. They don't even go to school in robots.
Yeah,
I
it
definitely
is.
haven't watched this.
When he graduates, he throws the like pink like
Mhm.
armor.
His hand-me-downs.
Yeah.
Wait, did Marisol text something?
No.
Take a guess.
I don't know anything.
I don't know anything. True.
Do you have a hint?
Is it cartoon animated?
I wrote a couple clues, so this was originally part of the thing, but I was worried it would give too much away. So the next thing is, after I say, in the end, justice is served. Fast forward a few months, and the two protagonists become official partners in crime, or partners in fighting against crime.
What? Is it animated?
It is.
I still don't know.
You got something?
No, I don't have anything.
Oscar's typing.
I'm Googling something.
That's cheating.
What? Yeah, that's cheating.
He's
He can't do
cheating.
that.
Oh, I
He's
guess
getting animated movies about school
No.
superhero crime
What are you
fighters.
Googling?
I was trying to
Cheater.
Google the name of the movie. I don't know the name.
Cheater, cheater.
I can guess.
Oh my God.
I can give like the year it came out.
Yeah, give the year.
It's not gonna help me.
2016.
Okay.
I feel like this is a movie that all of us should have seen. It was very popular when it dropped.
Is it a sequel?
No, this is the original.
So there is a sequel.
I believe when I Googled it, it seemed like maybe there's a sequel on the way. Oh, there's a television spin-off series, I guess. Oh, and I guess the sequel is scheduled for 2025.
Damn.
I could give a clue, or if you guys want to ask a question.
I
Feel
say
free.
give a clue.
Yeah, if you
'cause I
have a
feel
clue,
like it's
we'll take
hard.
it.
I feel like if I give this clue, it's going to give it away.
Do it.
I feel like we're completely lost.
Okay.
so-
Yeah.
They're aminals.
What?
That's not gonna give it away.
They're what?
animals.
Aminals.
They're animals.
Bad as hell.
Actually,
No.
Damn.
This
ugly animals.
this protagonist wouldn't be. I mean, some might, but
That's
not the standard animated bad as hell. You know.
I
What?
think I'm
He's
wrong.
probably out there googling 2016
No.
animated
That is
movies.
Am I wrong?
Oscar's right.
Oh, really?
Wow,
We already did
cheater.
Shark Tale, right?
Oh,
So
did
it's
we?
not
Yeah,
Shark
it's not-
Tale.
we already did, and that's not from 2016.
That old.
I don't
Oscar.
know.
See, I kept it super vague on purpose. I'm glad it worked.
Is it too vague, Oscar?
Do you
This
think
is a movie they
did he
would
do
probably
a bad
have
job?
Yeah.
It's actually interesting the like way he described it,
Yeah.
because it threw me off. I was thinking of it in a different way.
Yeah. Mhm.
Animals.
And you think we would have seen it?
I don't know. I
Really? Okay.
seen like bits and parts of it. I've seen the beginning, so I understand what he's describing.
I'm not gonna guess it. Give me
All right.
another clue.
If it was on a streaming service, it would be on Disney Plus.
Is it a Disney movie?
I don't know what, but it's on Disney Plus. That's why I said it that way, because I'm not sure who made it.
Yeah, I think the animal hints, you can kind of guess it just off of that.
Not really.
Mm-mm.
The setting is a metropolis, a city where animals thrive.
It's not Madagascar.
Not Madagascar.
That's what I was thinking.
Damn, if y'all haven't seen it, that's crazy. I assumed everyone had seen this movie.
A city of animals?
Mm-hmm. And the whole thing is how it's a great city because all animals get along. And the big issue is the predator animals start wilding out because of the sinister plot.
I don't think I've seen this movie.
I don't either.
This is not ringing any bells.
I just seen a scene the other day where there's the little guinea pigs and they're like buying popsicles and they're wearing their little suits.
Is it a Chipmunks movie?
No. Some might say, dang, I mean, this one might be giving it away. Should I say it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Some might say the city is so far advanced that it's a utopia.
Zootopia?
It's Zootopia.
I've never seen that
Yeah,
movie.
You haven't seen
neither.
it? Okay,
No.
shit. Well, I picked a popular movie.
Because
Oh, me.
you were describing the rabbit, right?
Yes.
Because I was thinking the fox, and I'm like, the fox?
He's-
Isn't in school?
He's the unusual suspect. And I said school because I didn't want to give away. It was Police Academy.
Ew.
You guys wouldn't know. You guys haven't seen it. So.
No, I didn't know it was about school. I had no idea what that movie's about, actually.
The main character, she's a rabbit, and she like trains hard in police school. And then when she's in actual police, it's just like, just patrol the streets.
I think if I had seen it, then I would have
Yes,
gotten it.
that's the thing. Like, I try to keep it extra vague too, because I feel like some of our listeners at home probably maybe love this movie and be like, oh, I know that movie. So
Yeah, I think like younger people would have known it.
I assumed we were still on. I don't know. I mean, Zootopia was very popular at the time, so
Yeah.
took a leap of faith. Can't feel bad that y'all haven't seen the movie. Y'all should watch the movie. It's really good.
Because I've seen bits and pieces. I might have seen it once, like in the background, like it was just on, but I wasn't necessarily watching it.
I think that's how I interacted with it at first. Like, I think someone was watching it, and I was like, oh, I'll watch like 20 minutes, and then I watched it. It's a fun movie. And the new one's coming out next year, so we should definitely watch the first one.
Yeah, I feel like I don't watch animated movies anymore unless it's like a big Disney movie that I'm excited about, like Coco or...
Well, this was around that era, so that's why I figured you guys would.
Yeah,
probably
but I
actually-
wasn't excited about this one, and I didn't know this was Disney.
Sorry, I
or if
couldn't
it
read your
was.
mind, Sam.
Well, because like Coco's like about a Mexican family,
yeah.
so it was like cool to see it, or the one with the other Hispanic family that's like Colombian.
I just think it's one that I never got around to watch.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2016, we were like in college.
Something must have been going on in my life that I'm just like, animated movie.
Yeah, and definitely in college, I wasn't watching many animated movies.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I wouldn't have watched it anywhere. It would have just.
But I have
been in the
heard it's a
background.
good movie.
Yes. Well, this pick was for the listeners. Also, we're like getting to a point in the thing in like the list where I'm like, shit, I don't know what movies we've all seen.
Yeah,
No.
it's hard to come up with a movie, but then every now and then someone will do a really good one. I'm like, dang, I wish I thought of that.
Yeah. See, I held off on doing this because I think in one of our earlier segments, someone guessed this movie. So I was like, oh, I had that in my back pocket, but I'm like, let me wait a couple
So
turns
it's
before
off people's minds.
And since someone guessed it, I assumed that we had all seen it. So.
Gotcha.
But it was probably just something animal related. Someone was like, Zootopia.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've ever guessed it before.
Well,
Sweet. Stumped them. Let's go. I win. Well, accept Oscar.
Yeah,
Dang,
but
how
he was
does
over
it-
there Googling.
How does it feel to
Yeah,
be dumb?
Oscar was cheating.
Well, because I was
Mhm.
gonna say the Spider-Man movie, but I'm like, I don't know what it's called, the Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, fuck.
But then
That's
I
a
was
good
like,
one.
But
Shit,
then I was
now
like,
can't
wait,
even-
I don't think he graduated high school. I
No,
think he
he
is in high
doesn't.
school.
Mhm.
And then you're like, there isn't a sequel. And I'm like, oh, it's not this then.
Mm.
Because I didn't want to say Spider-Man. It's like, well, which one?
I thought
Good
13
movie.
going on 30 was a good guess.
I just don't think I've ever seen that one. So
No, you haven't? You should. How
I don't-
dare you?
That's where she like gets old, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But she doesn't actually
I
graduate
was gonna
school
say.
during the movie,
Mm.
but she does end up in a career, and then she realizes she's a bad person.
Okay.
I don't know. You have to watch it. It's
Mhm.
good.
Bet.
Well, that wraps up our planned segments.
I think both of you had something to share today.
Yeah. Do you want me to go first?
Sure.
So I just wanted to bring this up on the pod because it has to do with food, specifically cuy. Well, because today at work, we were talking about food and someone brought up ceviche and I was like, oh yeah, when I was in Peru, I had so much ceviche.
in Peru.
And then my coworker asked like, oh, what type of fish is in it? And I was like, I don't know, trout, salmon. And I had also said you can make it with pretty much any seafood you want. Like you could
Mhm.
put octopus in it. And one of my interns was like, yeah, ceviche with octopus is so good. So then we were talking about octopus as this whole thing. I asked some of my coworkers, like, would you ever eat octopus? And some of them were like, no, not at all. So I showed them a picture of a whole octopus that I ate in Costa Rica. And one of my coworkers was like, I'm literally going to faint just from looking at that.
No way.
And she didn't. But then I was like, well, if you're going to faint looking at the octopus, I'm definitely not showing you the guinea pig.
Yo.
And she was like, no, I kind of want to see it. She didn't faint. I did say, I was like, it's even worse because it's wearing a hat. I ended up showing all of them the guinea pig and they were like, oh, but I forgot that one of our staff is a vegetarian. So she really doesn't like when we talk about like that type of stuff. And she's like, I'm not even turning around. And she just like was staying straight looking at her computer the whole time.
Well, serves her right. No, I'm just kidding.
And I felt really bad after that. I was
Right.
like, That was like everyone was talking about it, not
That's
just
true.
me.
Yeah, it was like the topic came up.
Yeah.
What can you do? You had a cool
We have different
experience.
values.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They wanted to see the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I forced them to look.
And I think it would have been weird if you were like, all right, let's all step out
Yeah.
and let's look at this photo. And then your coworker is just chilling there.
Yeah, I couldn't tell like if she was actually really upset or not. I was like, well, at least she didn't like get up and walk out of the room or anything, but I don't know.
True. Right. And so I'm guessing her stance is for the animal
I think
like,
so. She,
instead of
yeah.
over and probably both. But
She's probably
Damn.
like, these fucking people. How could
Yeah.
she's like, how
they?
could they eat pets?
She probably hates me.
I mean, I feel like you can't be an asshole about it. It's like, yeah, people eat meat. Like, they live
But it's
different
the
lives.
norm.
They have different values.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I think it's also because it was like guinea pig and octopus, like not your typical meats. I feel like it makes it worse.
She's
How do
like,
people not like octopus?
it's so good.
I did tell them, I
good.
was like, if you have never tried octopus but you want to, I recommend going to Cobra. They have like an octopus skewer that's really good. It'd be a good intro to
Because
octopus.
it's cooked too.
It's
Yeah.
cooked. It's a small piece. You could just take a bite.
Dang, I drive past it sometimes. I'm like, ooh, that place
Yeah.
tastes good.
And then one of my coworkers did say he went to trivia night with his family, and one of the trivia questions was, what beloved house pet is a delicacy in Peru?
Yeah.
And he knew the answer because I had told him before.
You're
Let's go.
educating
It,
people.
it served a purpose.
Yeah.
He might have been stumped without you.
His family's like, how did you know that? He was like, I just know it. He didn't want to go
Is it
into
like
the
work?
whole story.
That's funny.
That was all I had.
Yeah, I find it interesting when I talk to people at work about all the different food I eat, because they're always like impressed that I try different things. Even like in Columbus, like, you tried that? Like, I would never try that. And I'm like, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just feel like Latinos in general are more adventurous to trying new foods.
Yeah.
Yeah. My intern that talked about octopus ceviche is Latino. So
Mhm.
I was like, he knows what's up.
It's funny too.
Mhm.
I think also, like, my parents always push me to like try stuff, and I feel like your parents also like push you guys to try stuff.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I feel like we were very picky eaters
Yeah.
growing
Yeah.
up. And I don't know when I became a non-picky eater.
Maybe like college.
Maybe. Like, it just happened. And I forgot that I was ever a picky eater.
Mm.
Because I'm like, yeah, I've always been like this. But that's not true.
I wasn't given a choice.
Chicken
I wasn't-
nuggets.
Right, but it's like I'm also like there's some people who like didn't like things as kids and still like as adults like refuse. Like, I can
Mhm.
only eat these certain things, and that's
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not like that.
I'm glad I opened my mind
Yeah.
and my palate.
There's just so much things that maybe on paper sound not great, but they're really
May
good.
not even look great, but taste delicious.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Or sometimes it's like an acquired taste. Sometimes it is kind of funky, but you learn to like it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Olives.
I like
What?
olives.
I was going to say, that's how I feel with everything except olives.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could ever like olives.
I don't
Well,
think I'll
that's-
ever like olives.
That's fair.
I don't
That's
like
palates.
olives in my food, but I like olives just by itself. Like my parents love to eat olives.
Sam the other day offered me some olives, and they were good, and I like them because they're my favorite olives, manzanilla, which are like the ones that I would have in Spain. Those are tasty. Now, Kalamata olives, the purple ones,
I love the
not
purple
a big
ones.
fan of those. They're kind of bitter.
I kind of like it.
All
Sounds like
olives.
enough
bad.
olive talk.
Bleh. Dislike.
Mm.
In Peru, sometimes my grandma, when I would go visit her in her city, she would like go take me to el mercado market, and they would have big barrels of the purple olives
Mm.
and in whatever water they're in, but it's like huge barrels. And sometimes she would just pass, stick her hand in there,
Drive by
just, like,
olive.
eat some of the olives. I'd be like, Grandma, damn.
That's essentially stealing, right?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I remember whenever we would go to Kmart, I would want a peanut, and my mom was like, "You're allowed to grab one," and so I would always just grab one peanut.
Like, I'm gonna save this. I remember like at the Marks growing up, they had that candy section where you could just lift the plastic lid and you're supposed to fill a bag and weigh it. I just want one Sour Patch Kid right now.
Same.
One
Gummy
handful.
worms.
Ooh.
Yeah, that one gummy worm. Be like, oh, this is a big piece of
Yeah.
candy. It'll last this trip.
Sometimes my mom would like get us like at Kroger like donuts, like the ones that are you just grab them. And I would always be like, let's just wait till we pay it. And she was like, no, let's eat it. And every time she eat it, it would make me so anxious because I'm like, they're gonna think we're stealing.
Did you eventually pay for them?
Yeah, we would pay for them at the end.
Yeah, it's funny that people will do that. They're like, I saw online. I don't think I've ever met anyone or seen anyone do it actively, but where they go to the store and they'll get a snack first, open it, and as they're shopping, they'll snack.
Yeah, that's
and then
the
pay
thing.
it out. And I'm like, I would feel the same way Marisol said. Like,
Well,
my
I
roommate
don't
in college
own it
would
yet.
do that.
like I don't own it yet.
He would grab like a Hershey bar and just be eating it, and then just pay
Give
with
them
the
the
wrapper.
wrapper.
Yeah.
Which like makes sense with the snacks because you still have the wrapper, but the donut you just have to be truthful and say like,
Right.
we already ate 3 donuts. Charge us.
Well, one of our teachers in I think middle school, he said he would go to Walmart with like a trench coat, and he would just fill up like he had a bunch of pockets, and he would just fill it up with things that he's buying, and like the workers were looking at him weird, but when he would go to the front, he would just take everything
Unload.
out. Yeah.
Why does he just get a cart?
Right.
I'm confused.
Why cause that much drama?
Yeah.
Right, because then the security people are probably on the camera, like just waiting for you to try to walk out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're wasting their resources.
Maybe
Let
it's like I'm only buying what I can carry.
Maybe.
Maybe,
Or
but
it's maybe
it's like he likes the thrill.
Yeah, I think so.
it's all of the stealing kleptomaniac with
Yeah,
none of the guilt.
Yeah, it could be.
He's like, I'm in my legal right.
Maybe he used to not pay for it, and now it's just like this is how he's coping, you know.
Also, I feel like that's so suspicious, just going into a
Yeah.
store in a trench coat.
Also, yeah, owning a trench coat
I
is
feel like
mad
this man's about to
sus.
shoot up this place.
Who owns the trench coat nowadays?
I feel like super old rich guys.
I don't think so.
I've come close to, if not maybe in college, bought like a cheap trench coat at like a Goodwill or something, but never had the right occasion to wear it. It would rain, and I'd be like, I just want to use my raincoat. I don't want to wear a trench coat. Like
The only people that wear trench coats are what? Detectives, flashers,
flashers are the big
criminals.
ones.
I don't know. That's it.
Maybe Wall Street, like bankers or something, if it's raining.
Yeah.
But,
They
like-
don't. I don't imagine them in trench coats though. They have like their wool jackets.
True. I don't know.
I've seen a couple trench coats in
Yeah.
like TikTok.
And I think it's the older folks. I think it was a different
Yeah.
generation where trench coat. I think everyone our age that sees a trench coat is like, whoa, let's cross the sidewalk real quick.
Well, I guess I'm thinking a trench coat are like the khaki colored
Yes.
ones with
Yeah.
pockets.
Yes.
Business people wear those? I'm in business. I don't think business people wear those.
I mean,
Unless
I
you're
think,
thinking
like,
of
New York
like
City.
the gray ones. Those
well,
nice
a trench coat.
jackets
A
is what
trench
I'm
coat
thinking.
can be the same material and stuff, be in gray or in like black, navy blue. I feel like.
Pull up a picture.
Yeah,
I
I
might be
gotta
wrong on
pull
that.
up a picture.
But yes, when I think of trench coat, like the sus ones, it is the tan ones.
Yeah.
I
You
think
see the
of a
trench
trench coat.
A little bit of his ankles and
You-
socks.
You
You're like,
can't
whoa,
wear a
no
trench
pants?
coat without a hat.
Yes, it has to go together.
No, men are not wearing these.
Let me see. Let me see.
Like these two in the middle.
I mean,
I feel like I have seen it.
I have. I mean,
no,
in
I'm
college, I
thinking
saw
of
some
one
people.
like the black one on the end. Like that's what a business person would wear, but
Mhm.
it's not like a typical trench coat, like a stereotypical.
Maybe not in Columbus.
Nobody's
but
wearing these except for Inspector Gadget.
You'd be surprised. I think I had friends in college who their parents or whatever passed them down trench coats. They're like, I feel like I should wear this trench
The
coat.
family trench coat.
Yeah. I was like, oh, this thing is probably seeing something.
What is something that you would want to pass on to your kids that's unconventional or conventional?
Okay.
Louis Vuitton purse. If I just have to buy one first.
So you get to enjoy it too, and then you're like, all right, I'll pass it on. It's a
Mhm.
generational gift now.
My Val Raven book bag.
What?
Val Raven. I thought you said Val Raven like from Cedar Point.
No. Yeah, they're meant to last.
Forever.
I feel like that's a trench coat.
That's a lady.
A lady can definitely wear a trench coat and no one will bat an eyebrow.
Those were not businessmen.
Okay, but people wear trench coats.
But that's the thing. I think a lot of people are, and now it's like retro vintage. Like, oh, if you wear it,
Mm-mm.
you're like, oh,
Mm-mm.
Look at this
Young
man.
and cool.
He's wearing a trench coat.
oh. When you run and it flaps behind you, you're running either from or to the scene of crime.
They're wearing trench coats to get attention. That's the only reason.
But they still wear them. Okay, maybe not specifically.
Now I need one.
Nobody normal wears a trench coat, and I stand by that.
Damn, I definitely need one.
Wait,
me,
sorry, what was the question?
it would be like, since I'm really big on like fun shirts, like I hate like a Grail shirt. But the bad thing with clothing, like shirts, especially rayon or like Hawaiian shirts, they deteriorate. So I
Yeah.
don't. I have,
That's what I think about the backpack too. Like, I
but
don't
those are built to last, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
because
but
the
I
company started what, like 60s, 70s, and there's people that have passed their book bags on to their grandkids.
They'll be faded.
I'll
They'll
say
be
they're
like-
gonna get ripped. They're gonna
Yeah.
get faded.
I would say the easiest answer, jewelry.
Yeah.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I ever bought a nice piece of jewelry, not that mine are nice, but they're just not like freaking love bracelet or something, you know, Cartier, or
What?
they're cheap.
Yeah. Like real
Yes.
gold jewelry or something like
Mhm.
that.
Like if I bought a cool emerald ring, one day I would love to buy that, and if I did, pass that down for sure.
Mm-hmm. I will pass on a jewelry collection because I
Mhm.
intend to own a lot of gold jewelry.
Yeah.
Your daughter's gonna be like, God damn it, when is she gonna drop that? Just kidding, knock on wood.
I don't even have kids yet.
All right. Like what else do I currently own my mattress?
I think one thing that would be cool, but it could end very quickly, is like a plant. Like if you grow like a potted tree, but then if they suck at taking care of plants, it dies right away.
Yeah.
You know what's similar to that? That again, I don't do, but like sourdough starter. Like some people have some
Bruh.
starter that's like,
Ew.
60 years
Yeah,
old.
that freaks me out.
What?
and then they
Really?
just they're like, yeah, this is my grandma's from freaking Italy or something, and
Oh
we've
my
always used
God.
this. And I'm like, dang, don't it stink? Like, come on.
Maybe like a dress.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was just still a piece of clothes, but maybe something you'd only wear on like every
Yeah,
Mhm.
like a
couple
dress.
years. Like you don't wear it often.
Get
Like,
like
a
a
dress
nice
you
bag.
think will still be good to wear, like in style.
And if you take the precaution to get like a nice preserver bag or something, I'm sure they
Yeah.
sell stuff like
Mhm.
that.
Actually, I have one of my mom's dresses from her 20s,
Oh, see,
and it's in my closet right now.
there's
Like
like
people
one
do the
dress.
wedding dress too. Sometimes like, oh,
Yeah.
maybe if
Mhm.
That's a little hard because there's different styles. So
and yeah, on your big day you want to have your style, but
yeah.
some people really do like the idea of like, oh, I fit into my mom's wedding dress. Like I'm gonna
Mhm.
wear it.
And I probably don't fit into my mom's
Mm.
wedding dress. I think she was skinnier than me.
If I had some extra money, I'd want to get a leather jacket. I
See,
think
Ooh,
that
a
would be
nice
cool.
leather
That
jacket
would be
would be good.
cool. What about perfumes or colognes?
But they'll run out.
Yeah.
You have to be like, I can only use one spritz per year.
Yeah,
No.
I think that's what
Some nice.
sometimes people do
extracts.
perfumes or colognes like on their like a new one on their wedding day, and then they'll just wear it on their anniversary.
Mhm.
Oh, that's a cool.
So
yeah,
it
I wanna do that.
like it
I like
reminds
that.
you
That's
of the
cool.
day you got married.
My one coworker collects the bottles that have like the really unique design. I forget what brand it is.
The
But-
tequila.
No. The perfumes.
Oh,
Oh, the shoe one?
No.
because
I
there's a
say
lot of
perfumes
distinct
have a lot of-
bottles.
No, it's like
Yeah.
a specific company and they come out with like a bunch of different designs and it's been
Hmm.
around for like years. But she says they smell so bad that you don't normally wear it.
Oh,
You
What
just
the
collect
heck?
it for the bottle.
I
It's
hate
funny.
that for her.
But that's been one of the things I've been really into, is just like, even if I'm not buying them, just like researching Fragrantica or like all the different websites with the stuff. And it's funny, like there's a really popular cologne or something, and they'll be like, oh yeah, this cologne hasn't been good since 2002. They changed the formula. And it's like, I wonder if you did pass on like a vintage,
Mhm.
I don't know, like a
A Chanel.
Courtejan, like the Baccarat Rouge or something. That's like really, really $500 and really nice, a cool bottle
Hmm.
type stuff.
I would say like a teacup set would be cool too.
Ooh, fine china. I
Oh
feel like our
yeah,
family-
fine
Mhm.
china.
Like-
China.
Fine
Okay.
china's gone out of style. Let's
it
bring
has,
it back.
It has.
Everybody needs to get fine china when they're adults.
Dibs on the kitty cups that grandma had.
Kitty.
Remember the purple, I mean the pink, the green,
Oh,
the
the
blue,
kitty.
the kitty cups.
How dare you? The plastic ones. I
Yeah.
love those.
Those are so great.
Iced tea tastes so good when you drink it from that cup.
That's like fine china to us.
I was gonna say iced teas taste so good out of the Disney cups.
Dude, that Disney McDonald's cup is so cool.
The like glass ones with like the
Yeah.
design
The
safari?
all around.
They were like the
Oh,
limited
yeah.
edition ones.
They do taste better, dude. And I remember being a kid when you graduated from the plastic cups, like, okay, we can trust you with glass. And that Disney cup specifically was always like, yeah, I've been running outside all day. I need some iced tea.
I remember you would kind of have to wait until like grandma let you graduate to
Mhm.
glass. But I remember I was like, I'm old enough. I'm just going to grab a glass cup. She's not going to say anything. And she didn't. So I was like, yo, I'm in the glass cup group now.
You strong-armed her?
That's what I did. One day I just grabbed the cup and I'm like, good to go.
Yeah, I was like, I can do glass now.
Like, y'all drinking out of the plastic cups.
Yeah, literally. Everyone
Yep.
else that had plastic, I'm there. Glass.
And that glass cup was always clean because we all had to use plastic. I feel like maybe we all had that same. Maybe that's the test. Maybe she never told anyone. It's always you had to take the leap, and she would just give you the nod, and you're like in the glass cup club.
But then sometimes I'd be like, I don't trust myself today. Let me get a plastic cup.
I was like, I think I was a late bloomer because I did not trust myself with glass.
Even now, when you come to our house, you always grab the plastic cups.
True. They remind me of my childhood. I love those pink cups.
Were you allowed to use glass cups as a kid?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dang.
Dang, she was grown at birth.
My mom wasn't one to have like plastic cups.
She was like, you gonna learn because you're not gonna break my cups.
Yeah, she would just scream at us every time we break one. And up until now, she'll always be like, why did I scream at you every time you like spilled water or broke a glass? You were just a kid. Like, no shit.
That's what we try to tell you, but you were angry.
You were screaming at me.
No me respondas.
Te callas o te callo.
That must happen with every parent of like, why was I so pressed about this before? But in the moment, I'm sure it's getting on your last nerve.
Yeah. Bet you I'm going to be so fucking
Dude,
annoyed with my
Yes.
kids.
I'm gonna yell at my kids all the time.
You get
Dude,
home from like an
it's bad.
8-hour shift. Why are you doing it wrong?
Yeah.
It's funny because my dad has told me this before. He's like, David, I had the same mindset that you had. You're like, I'm never going to yell at my kids. He's like, because my grandpa apparently was real mean. And he's like, you'll be a dad one day. I'm not gonna. Hopefully, but he's like, you'll understand one day. And I'm like, dude, I get it. I get angry at the smallest things. Imagine a small person.
You're probably like so stressed from when you have an infant that by the time they're like 6 or 7, you're just like still have that stress. Like,
Oh, for sure. And then work and whatever's going on in your
Yeah.
day to day. Like,
just doesn't stop.
we get stressed now.
Yeah.
Imagine when you have people relying on you. You have like a partner.
Right.
I just have no patience, and I just feel like the first time my kid asked me to help him with their homelwork, I'll be like, God damn it.
It's like, shit.
No.
I should
I'm like,
know
how do you
this.
understand?
What?
2 + 2
Yes.
is 4.
Have you seen those videos where it's like, they're reenacting this, but it's like when my dad would help me with my math homework, and it's like, what's 2 + 2? I'm like, 7. He's like, no! Why would you think it's 7? And then she's just like crying, getting her tears on the homework.
But I also like feel for the kid because they're learning so much. Like, okay, I know your teacher just last week told you when you add 2 numbers, the number gets bigger. But when there's a fraction, when you add 1/4 and 1/4, it's actually 1/2. It's actually 1/2. And they're just like, what? I'm already getting frustrated.
See, I'm getting my kid a TI-84 and be like, this is just push these buttons, you're good to go.
Just teach them how to use the iPhone. Just, all right, take your iPhone, take the portrait lock off, flip it. Oh, you see all the new buttons? Oh.
Yeah.
Like, go onto this website, Wolfram Alpha, just put everything there, it'll give you the answer. I'll even get you the premium, it'll show you how to do the work.
So what's $9.99 per life subscription? I don't have to teach them anything now. Here's Khan Academy.
I feel like there will also be like funny moments though whenever you're like helping your kid, because there's this one video where the parent is asking like your kid like, what does that word say, like read it out, and the word is who, and she'll be like, what what
Or there was a video I seen recently of there's like a little girl, he's like, what did you learn in school today? Learn about Martin Luther King. Like, what did he do? He died for our sins.
I love that one.
No, I guess the hard part too is gonna come when it's like, do you think you know something? And they're like, actually, I think you're doing it wrong. Like, I think I remember the teachers being like, no, I did this 25 years ago. I know how to do
It's
this.
going to be
Oh my
hard for
gosh.
me
Yeah.
because you know I hate being wrong.
You're like, I did great in algebra. What do you mean?
I'm gonna be like, let me YouTube this. Give me 5 minutes.
What do you mean new math?
When did they change it?
When did they change math?
You come back like 2 days later. Actually, I watched a video and I was right. And they're like, yeah, you were right. I turned it in 2 days ago and I failed that homework.
Or is it the one Rick and Morty episode where the dad has to help Morty with the science project? And he's like, don't forget Pluto. He's like, oh, Dad, Pluto's not a planet anymore. He's like, yes, it is. He's like, no, it's not.
It got downgraded.
How dare science just change
Right.
stuff like
I
that?
I thought science
That's
would stop when I
crazy.
graduated. What the heck? They still want to learn more? What? We can't fit all this stuff material in 12 years now.
That's what I'm like.
Dude,
In American history, are they just making those textbooks longer?
they gotta be.
True.
Or they're just cutting stuff out or making it shorter.
Right. Are we forgetting past history so we can fit in like 9/11 in the textbook, you know?
COVID.
Planking.
Barack Obama.
Well, I remember
Trump.
when I was in high school, I at least didn't learn about like the Cold War. Like after we learned to World War II and then didn't learn anything after.
I honestly don't remember any wars that we learned about. I remember nothing from American history classes.
What did I learn?
I learned a lot because my teacher was hot.
Oh.
And I was paying attention.
I will say, I think the pace that we learned history, there's other schools that teach at a much faster pace.
Yeah.
Like I would talk to people, they'd be like, yeah, dude, I was stressing over my AP test, AP US history. I got a 5 though. And I was like, bro,
I
I got a 1, I think.
I think I took AP US history too, and we had to do a project, but we got to pick how we wanted it to be. We just had to present about something in history. So I made a fake Facebook profile for like some historical person, and the teacher really liked it. I was like, this was so easy.
You're right. But back then, to them, they were probably like, dude, that's
I
crazy.
mean, that's a good idea.
Heck yeah.
It was cool. And I got a good grade. It was
You're
like,
like, this
Did you
is-
ever
easy
deactivate
peasy.
it?
I don't know if it was like a real Facebook or if it might have been like a website.
Like a
that
template?
Was, yeah, like a template.
So you're telling me Thomas Jefferson isn't out there wilding out on Facebook right now?
Like Abraham Lincoln last post, going to the theater tonight.
Dude, it's funny you bring that up. Remember we went out to eat at that restaurant the other day?
Yep.
And after...
I'm so sorry. I just understood Oscar's joke. Proceed.
After the thing, the Copa America game was on, so I was like, I'm going to stay back, go to the bar across the street and watch it there. So I'm sitting there watching the game, and there's 2 grown men talking politics. I'm like, oh, I come to the bar to get away from this stuff. I'm over here acting like I have politic talks all the time. But anyways, I'm trying to watch the game, and they're arguing. They're trying to outsmart each other or whatever. And so one guy asked the other guy, oh, yeah, why did Abraham Lincoln get murdered? Tell me why. And they were talking history. And they go back and forth. One of the guys tasked me. He's like, yo, just ask that guy. see if he knows. So I was like, shit, everybody ask you. Like, all right, so do you know why Abraham Lincoln was murdered? And on the fly, I was just like, yeah, I heard it was just like a bad show that night. Like they had the understudy on. And the dude started dying laughing. I think I helped break the tension a little bit. And then they kept talking politics, and throughout the night, the guy it was like one seat was open between us, but he'd be like, I like his answer. I really like his answer. He's like, what'd you say? It was a bad movie. He turns to the guy, they didn't even have movies back then. I was like, I said play. It was a play.
It's a show.
I was like, dang, now you're trying to make me look down when I was doing a joke. And then the guy left. I was like, okay, peace. Got to watch the last 10 minutes in peace.
That's hilarious.
I was like, what the heck? I tried to escape politics. But then you brought up freaking... I was like, yeah, I guess Booth was pissed that they had a bad play. He's like, oh, is that Abraham Lincoln? It definitely wasn't as fluid in the moment because I was just like, why are you asking me, dude? I'm trying to watch Argentina play right now.
Yeah, I must have been heated to be like, let's ask that guy.
Yeah. They were just trying to... He's like, what do you do for work? What do you do for... I was like, dude, just have your beers, man. And then I thought they came together too. The one guy was just staying at a hotel around the corner. He's like, all right, I'll see you.
They didn't know each other.
So they were complete strangers just talking. I was like, and then they had to involve me.
I'm glad you're able to diffuse the
Yeah, I was like,
situation.
I want them to keep it down.
Quit yapping.
Quit yapping over there.
Yeah, so Tuesday we went out to eat because I wanted to celebrate accepting my new job offer, putting in my 2-week notice.
Woo!
But
That's it.
yeah.
Nice.
He's
Can
like,
you hit the button?
Hit the
Which
No,
one?
well, because I'm
The
like,
cricket one?
bruh.
because I'm like, I don't know if I should talk about like the restaurant I work at on the pod.
You already have.
Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah.
Multiple times.
But
What
I
are
didn't
you
say the
talking-
name of it.
Twice.
David just
You
said
don't
No,
have
that's why I stumbled because I was like,
Oh, cut that out.
all right, I'm gonna edit. Remember we went out to eat at that restaurant the other day?
Yeah.
All right, editor.
We'll put that in. Actually, that
There
was
you go.
good.
Okay.
So I wanted to celebrate, and so I wanted to go to the restaurant that I've been working at, and so we go there, and like, you know, I know the servers.
Sorry.
Was that a
Bless
sneeze
you.
or were you
I
laughing?
was a sneeze. I was trying to hold it in so bad. Okay.
You like sneeze
Try again,
laugh.
Oscar. Take 3.
No, no.
But what I want to say was, it was funny because, you know, we get seated, and then our server comes over, and she's like, "Hey, are you guys celebrating something?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm celebrating my new job offer and putting my 2 weeks notice." And she's like, "Oh, you mean your new job here?" And I'm like, "No."
Other new job.
Didn't you just start?
Yeah.
You're celebrating that? No.
That's the vibe I got. I was like, oh, she doesn't think this is celebration worthy.
Right.
Did they say anything at your job
Mm,
when you put in your 2 weeks?
yeah, so I told my manager, and he was like silent for like 20 seconds, and I'm like, should I say something? And then he's like, I can't say I didn't see it coming. Yeah, you know, I was actually thinking about this the other day, like, why is he still here? Like, he could get something better.
Damn.
Mhm. I think my last job that I quit, I just did a letter and I left it in her desk, my boss's desk.
Like the day you were leaving, or 2 weeks?
I think I gave a month because for my
Okay.
position I need a month.
Gotcha.
Dang.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, you're doing it right, putting your 2 weeks notice, because who knows, something might come up and you might need to come back. The door's always open.
That's true. Yeah, you're doing it like
Yeah.
Mhm.
the best way. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's like, there's people that they'll be like, by the way, tomorrow's my last day, and then like they quit, and then they're like, can I come back? Like, I don't like my new job.
And it's like, dude, you literally burned the bridge.
Yeah.
You cannot cross it. Well, shoot. New beginnings. Love to see it.
Mhm.
Yep. I'm excited.
Lots of new changes.
Well, David, you said you had something you wanted to bring up.
Okay.
Or did you want Marisol to say something to intro it?
Well, I guess because you said something about
What did I say?
you were driving on a
Oh.
dangerous street that we know is dangerous because something crazy happened there a couple weeks back.
Mm.
But what
I
happened
feel
to you
like-
today?
I feel like something crazy always happens in this corner where Sam and Oscar live.
Yes, it's
Multiple
always
crashes, and I just think it's the easiest way to get here.
Mhm.
Fastest way,
For
not
sure.
the easiest way. And I always tell myself, like, don't be dumb. Just go to the light, to the next street, turn left, and then
Mm-hmm.
another left. But this time I was like, nah, I got this. And I waited there in the interception. Waited maybe like 5 seconds, which is not that much, but it's a long time when you're just standing there.
Yeah.
No cars, didn't see light. Immediately, I started to pull out, see a car coming at all speed. I hit and I sped off and got in there.
Oh,
but
you
I,
hit the gas?
Oh, dang.
yeah,
Not the brakes?
no, not the brakes because half of my body was already out.
Oh.
So I made it out, but there's also the cones there, so it made it kind of hard.
It's one street is going really fast compared to the other street, and
Mhm.
two, the way it's set up with street parking, you can't see, so it's
Yeah.
really tough on that
I
specific
wish they
turn.
would just like took one car spot out.
Yes,
So
scoot
that
it
way you
back.
can see a little bit more. But I survived. I'm never doing that again.
I do that every day.
That's crazy. You are living on the edge.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten pretty good at it. Like, I can tell. I know exactly how far back to go where I can see the traffic coming.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know as soon as I don't see, like, as soon as there's an opening, just go.
Gun it. So what I want to say from that is there was an accident there a while ago where there was a barrel roll of a car.
Yeah, we talked about it on the pod.
Yes.
Because I remember you and Ross were like, I'm glad they were okay. I was like, who said they were okay? You guys were like, Sam, you said they were okay. I was like, I said they were alive. They still got taken in the ambulance. I don't know if they were okay.
So I witnessed a barrel roll accident live this last week. And I know I talked to you guys about it a little bit, but it had me shooketh. So I was chilling in this parking lot, windows down, listening to music. And again, one street kind of slower than the other street intersection. One person thought they had the light. The one other person did have the light. Boom. I hear the crash and I'm like, oh no. You know, your first thought's like, dang, that's unfortunate. They have to swap insurance. As I'm thinking that, I turn and I see the car actively rolling over.
Oh my god.
And it rolled over like 1.5 times to where it was
upside down.
Legs up.
Legs up.
And so it's slow motion. Everything stops. I was like, holy shit. First, I can't believe I witnessed that live. 2, this is my moment to be a hero.
Uh-huh.
I can go out there and save this person.
Oh, Lord.
The only issue, there was 45 seconds left in the song I was listening to.
David.
And that's a really short amount. Like, you can't restart the song because then you have to listen to the whole song again.
Just pause it.
So I'm
getting my shit in order.
You waited 45 seconds?
Not exactly, but I had to handle some things. Turned the car off, ran outside, but someone beat me to the punch. Turns out we get to the car. Person's fine. Crazily good on Mazdas. Their safety rating must be crazy high because the only thing that shattered was the front windshield. And we got there like, because the door was like trapped. We had to scrape it open. And she was like, I don't know if she wasn't wearing a seatbelt or something. Older lady.
Aww.
Curled up like in a ball. So like sitting on the roof of the car technically.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, are you fine? Like, what's up? And she's like, yeah, like I'm actually okay. It's just, I think I might have scraped my knee because she was like on the glass.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, that was the only person in the car. The other car was like, didn't flip over, but got messed up. And she was just shook because she flipped the old lady over a bunch of times. So she was like, talking to the police and like freaking out. Guy runs out of nowhere. Is like looking at this car. I don't know. It was weird because there was a huddle of us all there by the car, and this guy just comes running, looks at the car. We're like, oh, he's gonna be like, what the hell happened here? But he just keeps looking around. He's like, where's the other car? That's my car. And we're like, oh shoot, did someone take his car or something? But I think it ended up later. We saw it was his chick, and
his chick driving his car.
His chick is driving his car.
And she wrecked it.
And he was like consoling her because, again, she was shook.
Did any airbags go off?
Airbags went off in the Mazda. So, like, I don't know about the other car was older too. So I'm not sure if the airbags were different back then or whatever. But their car was just like obviously the front was messed up. But the lady went in the ambulance. The flipped over car lady went into the ambulance. Came out like 20 minutes later, was just standing there, like probably thinking, damn, my car is fucked up. And then her man came and he was older.
Darling.
And he was kind of just like, I bet you the car ride home was like, damn, can't believe you did. They flipped your car over. Because everyone was fine. Thankfully, everyone was fine. Ambulance showed up. Police showed up.
No one died.
The response, I've been around some incidents where the police or EMT response was minutes. They were there in like 45 seconds a minute.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So it was good.
It's crazy to see the car actually flipping.
Yeah.
Yes, and you think
almost like a movie.
You think that for that to happen, you have to be going like 70 miles per hour. This was like 25 miles per hour. Apparently online people were saying, because on the Columbus chat they were talking about it, I read it. They're like, yeah, it doesn't even have to be the speed. It's just the angle you hit the other car.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, God damn.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, because I think they were in the turning lane, no other car got like collateral damage, which is obviously not important, but it was
a sight to see.
A sight to see on an otherwise very slow day on my part. I was like, God damn.
Did you just go back to work like normal afterwards?
I like hovered. There was like 10 of us waiting by the car. I mean, thankfully she was fine, so there was nothing we didn't have to extract her or whatever.
Because like, you would have been the one doing the job.
Oh, for sure. I would have been. I would have been leading the way.
Hand it over.
It's like I'm fueled up. I finished the song. Let's go. And thankfully, I just had to do my part, move her stuff out the way, so the paramedics could talk to her, and boom, we were chilling. It's always crazy too on like that different neighborhood apps where they're like, this thing happened, go live. And I'm like, oh, it's crazy. Like seeing something happen. And then there was multiple people pulling their phones out. And I was like, dude, this is like a really vulnerable woman. We don't even know if they're fine yet.
Yeah, that's messed up.
And I waited till she was chilling out by her car.
And then you pulled your phone out.
And then I was by my car and I just did a quick pan just to show you guys on Snapchat, like, damn, this is crazy. And that's it.
One of them's on Facebook Live. Look what just happened.
One of them was on one of those apps, like, dang. And then we're in the comments was joking, like, the car flipped clean over.
Dang.
And then everyone else was like, are they fine? Are they fine? But since we were on the scene, we knew everything was fine.
Yeah.
It just looked really scary.
That's crazy that their first reaction is, let me pull my phone out.
Yeah.
Like,
maybe that was their
just
second
happened.
reaction. First, they're like, are they okay? Yes. Here's my phone.
But
It's
instantaneous
just
is
weird.
crazy.
I wish
That's
the Citizen app.
crazy.
I don't know. Yeah, I think that's just weird.
Yeah, it is crazy. It's like, be safe, but go live. We need you. Like, it always, if
people
you're.
are nosy as hell.
Yeah.
I
and
am
people.
people.
Are always recording. Well, I'm always keeping up with the posts, but.
No, I had to delete the Citizen app. I was like, I don't care about half this crime.
The other day I was at the hospital and I got a Citizen app notification saying assault at hospital. I was like, well, then, where is it?
You're like running to the floor to see where it's at.
Uh-huh.
I just feel like it's so stressful. Like, it makes you feel like there's way more crime happening than you're probably going to experience, you know?
Like you personally.
Like if you're just
Yes.
chilling at home, for sure.
I see the
'Cause there's a lot of
point
petty
it,
crime.
though. Like I see
Mhm.
the point of it, like stay away from this area, this is happening.
Mhm.
But sometimes it'll tell me something that's like happening like 5 miles away from me. I'm like, I'm nowhere near there.
The dumbest ones that I get sometimes are like, person stuck in elevator. Like, that seems like a very handleable
very
intro.
controlled issue.
Only the people in the elevator really care, because the people who are trying to use the elevator are going to quickly find out that the
It's
elevator's
not
not
working.
working.
Yeah.
It's not like, dang, I was planning on going into this random apartment complex and riding their elevator.
That one's definitely just for nosy people.
Mm-hmm. People love reporting everything.
Like, I got to get to my penthouse and the elevator's down
Gotta walk up 14 flights.
with my groceries.
Yeah. I think if anything, the Citizens app opens your eyes to how much crime
Yes.
there actually is. Because I'm like, oh, I had no idea there was this much crime. But to your point, Oscar, like I'm not experiencing any of it on a day to day. So
Because, like, you'll see, like, oh, crime at this restaurant. Like, that's wild that happened at that restaurant. But, like, you're not there that day that
Right.
happened.
There was a report of a lady with a gun in a restaurant once, and I was like, okay, that seems pretty important. I'm going to drive around this way, because I was driving past the restaurant. Freaking. So I guess kind of going off of that, some people might have noticed I haven't been here the last 2 episodes.
he was in jail.
Arrested.
for
I was on
doing
the Citizens
crimes.
He was selling his body for money.
I was busy for 2 weeks now. So I was busy, but busy moving. That consumed my life, and I'm in a different location. And I will say the Citizens app is much quieter, and
I'm sure.
Same.
one thing I will miss about the neighborhood I moved away from is all the shootings, to be honest.
You're gonna miss that.
I was walking home after a night out, and then be like, oh dang, that's police tape across the street as I'm going home.
Now you won't get those random adrenaline rushes.
And sometimes I'm like, I'm not gonna go up to the scene, but I'm gonna get closer and be nosy, because I'm a
Yeah.
nosy too. But no, it's very peaceful where I'm at. It's chill. New roommate, getting settled in. But damn, we're all spread out now.
Mm-hmm.
But that just means when we hang out, it's gonna be more valuable time.
Sure.
Think about that.
That just means me and Oscar gotta drive a lot farther now.
We'll drive here too.
We'll trade off.
Yeah, but we used to not have to do that at all.
Yeah.
Just to be able to just walk.
Mm-hmm. That was nice. Where Marisol and I we're in different locations, but every plan is gonna include driving a car. It's like annoying.
Let's see. David, you got a new roommate, and Marisol, you're now living with Ross. I wanted to bring up some topics related to like roommates. And It's
Mhm.
going to be like, it doesn't even have to be a roommate. It could also be like your family or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. So if
Spit it out.
I'm trying to think of how I want to word it. Let's say you're you see your roommates doing dishes,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
and then they're done doing dishes, and you go to the sink and they only did the dishes they used.
Mm-hmm.
Does that annoy you? Does that piss you off? Or you're just like, whatever, it's their dishes?
It almost makes me feel like I almost feel anxious when they do my dishes because now I feel like an asshole.
Dude, I feel the same way.
Yeah.
That would happen sometimes, like back when we were living together, and I was like, damn, I was gonna get to those dishes. It was the fourth day, but I was gonna get to them. And so I would feel bad. I was like, shit.
Yeah.
What if it's just like one bowl?
I'm like, in my mind, I mean, again, not just that situation, but in other situations, like I would think the other person would be like, okay, if there's enough space on the dry rack, I might already have the sponge wet.
Mm-hmm.
I'd do it.
Yeah.
And I would think that they would do it too. But it was like when I had like multiple dishes, it's like, damn,
Right.
now I feel like they did the whole chore. And I'm like, shit.
It depends. If the bowl was so grody, like dried food in it, I'm still leaving it for them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not washing it.
Yeah, same. See, because for me, if there's dishes and there's space, I'll do it. But if someone else does my dishes and I'm like, oh, like that was nice of them, like I was gonna get around to it. But I don't feel offended if they don't do it.
Yeah. I don't think I'd feel offended if they didn't do it.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes even when I would wash my own dishes, and if there was like a few that the roommate had left, I'd feel bad if I didn't do them. But it always came down to space. It's like I had enough dishes that were dirty of mine that it's gonna fill up the drying rack, or whatever I loaded into the dishwasher, have to run the dishwasher. So then I'm like, dang, I really hope they don't think I'm being petty. But it's just like, I wanted to make sure that I'm cleaning my dishes and then they'll dry off. And then if I get there and they're still there, maybe I'll do their dishes.
All right. Let's say you just finished doing dishes. The drying rack is mostly full. And this is, let's say like a few hours later, like the dishes are dry. They come and do dishes and they just put them on top of yours.
Oh, that does irk me. If the dishes in the drying rack are already completely dry, I really want you to put them away before you put wet dishes on top of it. Especially when it's like pretty full, because now you're just like making a huge
Everything
pile and everything is wet again. Now I have to wait for all of it to dry again.
I think we were pretty good at using our dishwasher.
Yes.
I mean, our dish rack was never like super
Over
full.
Mm.
Or for full like for a long time.
Or like, let's say instead, they move your dishes, like, but still in the drying rack, and then just put their dishes on the other side, like the empty space.
Oh, I
wait,
think
like
that would be
some
fine.
are clean and some are dirty?
No. Like
Oh.
you just did dishes, but you maybe used only half the rack, and then they kind of like scoot yours a little bit to one side and then fill up the other side.
That wouldn't bother me because
yeah.
I would rearrange stuff all the time because I'm always like trying to maximize how much I can fit in the load.
Yeah, I think that would be fine. But unless they moved it a certain way, then like you could have easily put that in the cabinet instead of just moving it. I don't know.
What if they only put away the dishes they washed?
Mm.
But the drying rack is full, but they only put away half the dishes.
That would be a little weird. I'm like, it's not that hard to put away
everything
all the
else.
dry
Yeah.
dishes.
You might as well just do it all.
Yeah, that's not as big of a hassle as washing
Yeah.
the dishes.
Mhm.
It's just putting them away.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess the only thing that would, I feel like all those situations, I'm like, yeah, whatever. The only one, and I don't think it ever really happened because we have the little clean or dirty sign.
Sure.
I'm like, dang, I forget the last time I ran the dishwasher. I don't know if like my roommate ran the dishwasher. So I'd have to look at things and be like, is that clean or did I just rinse that off before I put it in the dishwasher and it's still dirty? So sometimes I would rerun the dishwasher that maybe was ran already because I wasn't sure.
Yeah. It does bother me if you just put your dishes on top of them and they're like dry.
Mm.
I also feel like it is a little petty to just put away your dry dishes and not like the other ones.
When it's like it's Sam said, when it's the easy task.
And I think rearranging is fine if like the dishes are still wet. Like, cause I'll do that. I'll like put away the dry dishes, and if something's still wet, I just leave it there.
Yeah.
I feel like if anything, it'd be like, it'd make me think like, oh dang, I should be more prompt on how when I put my stuff away.
You would think it was a you problem.
Yeah.
Dang. You're what do you call it? You're like victimizing yourself.
I wouldn't say victimizing,
or not victimizing,
but I'm just like people pleasing, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you guys use your dishwasher every day?
Not every day.
Yeah, I mean, we'll run it when it fills up, and that takes sometimes like 2 to 3 days.
Yeah, because we don't always use dishes that can go in the dishwasher.
Mm.
Like I
I
might cook
see.
in a pan and then use a wooden bowl, and I can't put that in the dishwasher.
I put my wooden.
You put wood in the dishwasher?
Yeah,
What?
like the spatulas that I have, just wooden spatulas.
I don't
It
think
cleans
you're
it.
supposed to.
You're definitely not supposed to.
What happens?
They can break.
Yeah.
Oh, mine's.
I think it
been
dries
going
it out.
Strong.
Because
They're
technically,
cheap
even like
ones, so-
cutting boards too, they say you're supposed to like treat them every once in a while.
Yeah.
With like oil, and I'm like, shit,
I
I've
think my
never done
mom
that.
put a cutting board in the dishwasher and it broke in half. She was salty.
I feel like Ross puts everything in the dishwasher, like pans. I just put the wooden
Like the cooking
spoons.
spatula?
Yeah, because it's like cheap ones. So I'm like, if they
Mm.
break, it's fine.
Yeah.
But it cleans it pretty well.
I think the other thing too is I think wood can absorb the flavor of soap. Some people say.
Yeah.
If you
Mm.
don't put oil that like fights it off or whatever.
All right. Let's say the roommate never changes the trash bin, no matter how full it gets. They just push it down a little.
What's the question? Like if it's annoying?
Is it annoying? Is it passive aggressive?
I think it's annoying once you're like, the trash can's so full that you're piling it into a
Yeah.
really big pile, and now you can't even close the trash bag because the pile's too
Like
big.
you can't even push it in.
Yeah.
You can't push for more because I'm always pro.
Space.
Okay, so you guys talked about this on the pod last time, and I wasn't here, so I'm glad this kind of came back up again. With us not having a trash can, I was all for let's stuff this thing as much as possible, so we only have to make one trip and only like use one bag per week or 2 bags per
Yeah.
week max. So I was very pro. Push it down. I was like, oh, if Marisol doesn't take it out, that's fine. I can keep pushing it down. Or so I was like, oh, that's fine. I never took it as like passive aggressive. I think
It got taken out.
it got taken out.
Yeah, I've been so big that I'm like, I might push it down once, and after that, I'm like, I'm just tossing it. I don't want the bag to rip.
It just
Mhm.
depends on what's in there. Because if it's like a bunch of like Chipotle, those big ass
Bruh,
Chipotle bags,
How many Chipotle bowls are in your trash?
maybe like 1 or 2 a week, depending on how busy I was that week when it was like right next door. But yeah, those are like, if you don't crumple them up all the way, they're just going to take up space.
Mhm.
So if I have something like a cup or something that I'm throwing away and I can push things down, I'll make room. But maybe I'm the bad guy because I'm always just pushing down.
No, I think pushing
No, I
down
push
is
down
fine.
too.
Yeah.
As long as it's not like over the top lip of the trash can.
I
When
was-
you
Yeah.
have stuff piling over the top lip of the trash can, I'm getting annoyed.
I would say something that maybe helped with that too was Marisol bought like an automatic trash can. And so like if that at any point like the lid wouldn't close, I'm like, okay, it's time to take out this trash.
Mhm.
So in those times I would just like take it out or it would get taken out. If the whole point of the automatic thing was like it would close so it wouldn't smell.
Yeah.
So I would feel bad if it was like
like
so much
a
trash
jar.
it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Ours has a lid too, so similar. If the lid can't close, I'm like, we
It's
gotta
like,
take
okay,
this
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Any last minute topics?
Trying to think of more like roommate situations, but I'm like, nah, that's just a bad roommate.
The name who shall never be said.
Not again.
That's just
Don't
like,
do that to him.
Oh, I do have a topic. I don't know if it's ever been talked about on this pod, but I wanted to get you guys' perspective on who you think cheats more, men or women.
Shut the hell up.
I
David,
think women. Just kidding.
let you get your time to flex that you did listen to 2 podcast
In a row,
episodes
in a row.
Let's
And on one of those episodes, we were like, David's never going to listen
Yeah,
to this.
and I was like,
then
haha.
he did.
And not to toot my own horn even further, but that one movie you guys got stumped on, I got it right away. So y'all better be glad I wasn't here. I would have been like, oh, y'all took 7 minutes since I listened to it. I'm like, oh, they took 7 minutes.
And it's actually longer because when we edit it down, it's faster. Yeah, when you guys listen to Guess That Movie, we don't guess it that quickly. There's usually long pauses of silence when we're just thinking.
Behind the scenes.
can't
Behind
just
the
leave those
scenes.
pauses of silence.
People would be like, did the episode turn
What
off?
happened?
Right. My speaker died?
Yeah.
I was another funny thing too is since I haven't listened to the episodes, my roommate has a dog, a big dog, a
Mhm.
Great Pyrenees, so like 70-pound dog,
They're
deep ass
huge.
barks. And one of the funny things that will happen is because I listen to it on the speaker, when Luna starts yapping or whining or barking, the other dog at my house will hear it and start barking too, and it's so funny. I'm like, no, I'm in the shower.
Luna, you have a friend. Luna.
The That's the dog listening to the podcast, the dog podcast.
What you
That's
want?
why
Yeah, that's what they're talking.
Luna's trying to get her voice out there to other dogs.
Yeah.
Luna's like 1-7.
Help me.
Yeah.
Need more treats.
Pick me
You
up.
just said my address.
Cut that out.
I was like, what is she spelling over there?
I didn't get that either. That's fun.
Luna says it's time to wrap it up.
And sometimes when that happens, I'm like, is that Sylvia? Because her name is Sylvia. Or is that Luna? And then it's Luna most of the times.
Oh, bless you.
Bless
the
you.
little sneeze was Luna.
Luna, there's a lot going on. What do you think about the current state of the U.S. political landscape?
Why was Abraham Lincoln shot, Luna?
Yeah.
Why did they shoot him?
The world wants to know what your theory. She's currently speechless. What happened? She gets shy too on the mic.
She does. All right, one last question before we go. Are you going to go back and listen to old episodes, David? Or are you just keeping it moving forward?
We'll see. I think I will. I can see myself in situations where I'd be like, oh, let me listen to the podcast, our podcast, over other podcasts in this new living situation.
Okay, because you miss us.
I do. Well, that's part of it for sure. I don't know. Some of the other podcasts I listen to can be raunchy. So I'm like, I never know what they're going to say. I'm like, at least know we're going to be civil. Or now that I have a longer drive, and so like if I'm driving but not driving for work, I can commit to listening to the podcast, because part of the reason I don't like listen to any podcast when I'm working is because all the notification sounds interrupt, and then I feel like I have to keep rewinding. So I definitely see myself listening to more backlogged episodes.
Very good. That's what we like to hear.
Everyone clap for me. Yay.
Oh. That was an accident. I definitely meant...
Got me. You really want to flex that new sound, don't you?
That was good. Okay, Luna, what else? Wrap it up.
I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah. To be honest.
Okay, calm down.
She's getting mad at you.
I know the U.S. and Mexico teams, men's soccer teams, need to get their act together. I agree with you, Luna.
All right, well, that wraps up this week's episode. Thank you all for listening. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Eating Good Pod, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Ow, Luna, your tail.
Bye.
Wow, 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 wow.
There you go, Luna. Now
Wow,
you're
wow,
not so
wow,
shy on the
wow,
mic.
wow, wow.
Why are you being so mean?